Hello, and welcome to this episode of Demystified, as we explore home cooking in a modern world. Hello, I'm Linda, and I'm here with my friend Paul. Hey, Paul.
Is it recording?
I think it is. It has taken a while.
I've been sitting here for 10 minutes while someone's talking into a microphone with nothing happening.
And then swearing at the microphone.
This is true.
How are you?
I'm all right. You?
Well, I'm very excited. I've just finished a phone call with our print-on-demand lady, and finally, after all these attempts, I know, but it looks like we're actually just about there.
Been saying that for a while.
I know we have, but I'm even more present. Who knew there were so many things to think about in the final parts of the book cover?
Yes.
And the quality of the print. But it looks like Demystified, finally coming out to the rest of the world on print-on-demand, is going to be quite special because we have to use special premium print paper. Nothing but the best for your cookbook. I know. Yes, well, being an accountant, I've got
There's no other choice
idea.
other than the premium stuff.
Trust us.
Yeah.
Just trust us. But we can't wait to see it. We're very excited about this.
No, it should be good. Hopefully.
Well, it will
Fingers
mean
crossed.
that at last, the people that we get contacting us about shipping it to the US and shipping it to the UK can now have it printed in their countries and shipped locally. How is that going to be? Amazing. I know. Modern technology.
Be even better if some of the wholesalers decide to do free shipping.
We never knew about that either, did we?
No.
Or their price that they charge. But that's all right. Everyone's making money out of it.
Not us.
Except us.
But it's never been a money-making venture, Linda.
No, we're doing this
We
for
just
love.
admit that.
We just have to accept that.
Yep.
So how have you been cooking this week?
Not much this week. A lot of cooking over the past sort of fortnight. So I was away, as you know. So a lot of cooking over the last fortnight. But for cooking with steam, not a great deal at the minute. But we're gonna. Now I'm sort of back in town for a short little while because we now have our bubble.
Yes, we do have a bubble. We're lucky enough to be going to a bubble.
Yeah, so our New Zealand bubble, which means that I'll probably be shipping myself off to New Zealand shortly, but a couple more interstate trips coming up as well. But we'll get some... I went and took a wander around the market this morning just to see what was what. What's
Did anything
around.
excite you?
Well, because it's getting cooler here, you can't help it but get into that sort of winter mode of wanting to do slow cooking and braising and things like that. So nothing that really sort of jumped out at me. That being said, my boss has, and it's probably a little bit of a naughty link, but my boss has recently bought his children a pet, which just so happens to be a rabbit. And
Oh, I know where this is going.
for some reason, I've just been sort of trying to find rabbit because it's only because he sends me pictures and all the rest of it. That being said, his rabbit.
You can't.
His rabbit
Paul.
His rabbit has a name, but the name that his children named the rabbit, but we've coined another name for the rabbit.
I don't think it's called casserole, is it?
No, stew. So, but no, it's just only because it's in my head. I thought, sometimes you just see things that trigger what you want to cook. And so when you see rabbit all the time, for me, rabbit is not pet. It's
an old-fashioned thing. It's not really been widely eaten, I reckon, in Australia since the 60s and 70s by the larger population.
And the 80s. And the reason
Really?
I know the 80s is because, like
You would have been cooking.
my parents, my parents.
Baby in the 80s.
Yeah, but my parents were not financially great. And so we were told by my mother, and she still admits it to this day, that, what are we having for dinner, Mum? Special chicken.
Oh, it was special chicken.
Special chicken. So we actually had a lot of rabbit when we were kids.
Oh, okay.
Special chicken.
Special chicken. Did you guys like it?
Can't remember. I remember a couple of times. I have a memory of it. How good it was, I couldn't tell you, but
we
certainly consumed quite a bit.
Oh, I can remember.
Because chicken was expensive.
Yeah, my dad loved it and would go
but that was
rabbiting.
That was when chicken was good. It wasn't these battery hens.
Oh, yeah.
Like when chicken actually had flavour.
Well, my recollection as childhood of rabbit was largely overcooked. And my dad was a fantastic cook.
Yeah.
But it was largely overcooked.
Do you know what we might do? I might get some rabbit and we might do a tutorial on rabbit, because a saddle of rabbit is really, really quite nice.
Okay, because my two beautiful friends, Greg and George, love rabbit, and they do cook it.
Yeah.
And we were talking about rabbit the other day, and Greg loves it.
Yeah, I do like it. It's got to be mixed with it needs some. I think it needs some punchy flavours with it, like some big flavours. I like
onions or
like rosemary. Yeah. Something with a bit of punch to it. I think works well with rabbit.
My dad used to make it with a mustard sauce.
Yeah, mustard,
which was really nice.
That's very French, actually. The French do that a lot.
Yeah,
and it's really good through pasta. It makes a beautiful pasta.
Well, there you go. Now we've got a whole idea.
No, we've already done a rabbit pasta, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
But anyway, I
should know that.
We can do a...
Oops.
We could do a tutorial on how to break a rabbit down, because they're quite good. They're pretty versatile. Like that whole middle saddle part is just right for doing some gentle sort of steam cooking and then searing as a dinner party dish. Like that's a real, and the legs are really good for braising. It's not, none of a rabbit is a quick cook, except for the fillets. If you take the fillets out, they kind of, a little bit smaller than a lamb fillet. You take the fillets out, they're pretty quick cooking. But yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards maybe sort of rabbit curry type situation.
Okay.
Might be good. Maybe a Thai style rather than an Indian style.
Well, last time we were talking, I did mention I was making a red curry Thai, and you were.
Oh, you did. See, there you go.
I made mine to
subconsciously. But did you make the paste from scratch?
No, we had that discussion in the last podcast.
Oh, no, you didn't. That's right. Yeah.
But I used a little tin called Maisery, which I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there you go. That's what.
Okay.
Next week.
Because rabbit would be like duck in a red Thai curry, wouldn't it? That sort of lovely.
Wouldn't have thought so. No.
No? Okay then. What do I know? Obviously, that's why I'm the accountant and you're the cook.
But that's what we'll do. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm motivated now. I'm going to do that next week. We're going to get some rabbits and we'll do a rabbit tutorial. People may want to use it, people may not. But I kind of think, why not?
Why not? And I did start making afterwards when I don't cook rabbit, but I do use my dad's sort of mustard sauce recipe for chicken sometimes, or for veal.
Yeah.
Just a bit lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So you can use it for other.
No, I'm onto it.
Okay.
Rabbits, and I know they've got them at the market. So it's a whole 150 metres across the road that I have to trudge over to pick up. Well, the bottle shop is closer. Someone measured out the steps.
28 steps to the bottle shop. I went to the market today too because my brother has a bountiful supply of lemons, and I went over and bought some jars, and I'm going to make everybody some preserved lemon from all of these excess. And
it's always a good thing.
It's always you actually go through quite a lot of it. It's one of those things, if you have it in your fridge, and you're making a lot of dishes, it comes in really
good in pasta,
handy.
Good with the braise, good with fish.
It's great with fish.
Yeah.
So I tend to go
put it through
a
butter, a whipped butter, and put that on toasted bread.
Oh, yum. And the other thing I bought was 10 kilos of green olives.
Yeah, that's a commitment.
Yep.
Enjoy that.
Pipping 10 kilos, but my girlfriend's olive tree, which has been the supplier, has failed us this year. And since we couldn't do any last year, we're down to our last little tiny bit of homemade olives. So we're going to do those again.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a process. That's 2 weeks of washing out in salt every second night in salt water.
Yeah.
And going through the brining, and then 6 months of waiting patiently while while they sit in the olive oil and herbs.
Basically, what all of this means, just to translate to everyone, is Doug's going to be rinsing and washing olives.
No, he makes up the salt. He's the science boy, so he gets to make up the salt mix.
Oh, the brine.
The brine.
Yeah.
And I get to do the.
What's your percentage?
I think it's 10-1, but I could be wrong. I think we went through I see. That's why.
So it's a 1% brine solution.
You're looking at me like I should know what I'm talking about.
Well, you are the numbers
you are
lady.
Surprised. Yeah, but
so it's a 1% brine solution.
I think so. No, it's more than that.
Okay.
I think it's definitely about 10%.
10% brine solution.
10% brine, because it was a fair bit of salt we went through last year, 2 years ago when we did them.
Yeah.
And that was only half that quantity, but I am.
So if you have a litre of water, how many grams of salt are you putting in it?
Oh, Paul, don't. No, I'm gonna. Sorry, everybody. I don't.
That would be
this.
100 grams.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
10%. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh my god!
I was reaching for my
calculator. I'm sitting in Linda's office now, looking at this big glossy gold sign that says CPA.
I know.
Certified Practicing Accountant.
I almost should lay it down in shame.
I did pass the accountancy test, just so we know.
You did. I did. I should do it myself and see whether I pass it. So that's so not much steam cooking for me at the moment, but I did make the sticky date pudding for my friends who love it, and they love it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and that went really well.
Actually, I've just had another idea. Have you got any green olives left from last?
Oh, just
harvest?
a few. Yeah, just a few.
Put them aside. Do that with our rabbit.
Nice.
There we go. Change tack now.
Ooh. Well, we're going to do a few.
Yeah, I'll do a couple of rabbits.
Another thing I saw you do that I thought was really amazing, and I think I'd wait till now to ask you to do it for cooking with steam, was that you and Joel went for a walk to the market very early one Friday morning.
Oh, yeah.
And you broke down the whole of a side of...
Yeah, it was a
whole lamb.
Yeah.
A whole lamb. And that looked amazing. When I came in, it was towards the end of what you were doing, but it did look amazing. And that looked like
bit out
something...
of practice, to be fair, but he got what he wanted out of it. So,
but once you
very
know,
economical.
Very economical way.
Very economical.
And maybe sharing, some food around with your family.
Yeah, and I still believe, I did the same thing a few weeks ago, which is why Joel got then motivated for me to do it again.
Yes, listeners, you know where this is going, don't you?
But the thing is that a leg of lamb off a whole lamb, or even a leg of lamb from a proper butcher at the market has got nothing to do with a leg of lamb from a large supermarket chain, right? They are two different things. The flavour is different, the texture is different, you can't match it. And I also believe, and maybe it's sort of psychosomatic type situation, but I also believe that a leg of lamb off a whole beast that you have butchered yourself tastes even that little bit better still.
Oh yeah, yes.
One of Linda's staff in the background is getting a bit aggro with the client on the phone, and if you can hear him in the background, he's
just loud. And he's just an excitable guy, and he's just being told to quieten it down.
No, he's upset.
No, he's not.
He's on the rampage.
another tax-related outage.
Yes, because that's what everyone gets upset about, Linda.
Their
tax problems. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do the rabbit with your remaining green olives and something. And we'll do a bit of a tutorial on how to break down a rabbit. Because it's not hard, actually. It's not hard. We'll do a stuffed green olive rabbit saddle, which we'll steam and then sear.
Oh,
that's
wow.
What we're
okay, I will save some olives for that little baby.
Won't
that
need
sounds
a lot,
good.
But
no,
just a few.
And for those who don't
with some preserved lemon.
Oh, I haven't got any yet.
That's all right. I've got some.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
You've got some left.
I've always got some.
With people who don't like olives then, I know there's a few people who I know don't like olives. I know there's only a few. But what's a good substitute for a dish with that if you... Like, as an example, my chicken tagine that I have with a kind of a spice mix, and I normally throw in a lot of onion, chopped onion, and then olives and raisins, nice big plump raisins.
Yeah.
If you don't like olives, what would be a good substitute for that kind of savoury kind of...
Well, quite often with olives, because of the brining process, you're getting salinity out of it. Yeah, so more acidic than savoury.
Okay.
True?
Yes.
Yeah. So you'd want something that maybe gives you those salty sort of bursts, if you like. So caper berries, anything like that would be potentially useful. But if people who don't like olives will generally steer away from capers as well.
Yeah.
So that's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that's one of those ingredients. It's very hard to see. If I was looking for that sort of salty little burst in an olive in a tagine, and I knew that people didn't like olives, I'd actually just go straight for preserved lemon.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's not the replacement for olives. Olives is one of those things that it's very difficult to... There's nothing like it.
No, so when these particular young guys have come around for dinner, I've cooked lamb.
Yeah.
And not made the chicken tagine. Because I can't think of a substitute for
your
them.
chicken tagine doesn't need to be dictated by the fact that you can have olives in it or not. I would suggest to you that traditional Moroccan tagine doesn't go near olives.
I didn't say it was a traditional Moroccan.
So what I would do is
I do like the flavour mix. I do like the flavour mix of the sweetness from the onions and the olives and the raisins.
Yeah.
Give it a really nice...
See, I think for a more traditional style tagine, if you want to go that way, be looking for dates, plums, apricots. Yeah. It can get a bit sweet, but that's where preserved lemon and a bucket load of coriander and parsley to finish it off. That would be a good mix.
I was thinking of replacing the raisins with dates and leaving out the olives and just having that. Yeah. But okay, thanks for that.
Potatoes in your tagine is a good filler too, because what they do, especially like a fingerling potato or a kifla potato, kind of waxy, but they suck up all those juices.
Yeah.
So they're good in there as well. Give you a little bit more of that neutral.
Okay.
Rather than a flavour like sweet onions or sweet dried fruits. Because it's hard with something like chicken. I don't like that sweet part too much. I don't mind a little bit, but it's a personal thing. I just really don't enjoy it. It's funny. It's weird. I don't know.
Okay. But it is hard, so that's why I make other things, because I can't make it substitute.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
But a recipe shouldn't be decided by one ingredient.
Yes, it should, Paul.
No, it shouldn't, Linda. You can branch out. This is the whole thing about cooking. You can branch out and try different things.
Yes, but how long have you known me? And often it's these sort of dishes I go to when I'm coming home from work or I've been out.
And it's pretty easy. Like, they're easy. Like,
it's like
you get a good result.
It's really easy to prep.
Yeah.
It's really easy to throw everything in. And it cooks itself.
Yeah.
And you've got time to do the other veggies, set the table, do all that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of simple enough that it's also impressive in that it's tasty without being over the top and fussy. So
so the only fussy part of it is...
Yeah, if you like olives. But these two lovely guys do not like olives. And so I bought them a tagine.
They were brought up wrong.
I bought them a tagine
and
for their housewarming present.
I know one of their parents. I
So,
know who you're talking about.
And
they were brought up wrong.
I gave them a tagine for their housewarming present.
Hello, Shane.
And and I gave them the recipe and the sort of look of, oh, do you have another recipe? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But you don't need olives to make a good tagine.
No, you don't. But it was just the one that I liked. So, well, thank you for that. And we will be letting everybody know via newsletter and via
social media.
That's our favourite thing.
Yeah. And however we can.
However we can. Demystified.
We'll take over the internets.
No, we won't. We don't even know how to turn ours on sometimes. So thank you for coming in to do this with me. And
Rabbit next week.
So happy cooking, everybody. Take care.
See ya. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this podcast as we explore home cooking in a modern world. We'd love you to subscribe, and for more information, please go to our website, cookingwithsteam.com.